can do. So can you tell me a
Yeah,
bit about
exactly.
your writing process?
I'm very, I don't think I go about it in like a super consistent way. Like it kind of changes with each pattern. Um, I personally don't write my patterns in like the classic knitting or crochet terms. Like I kind of write it as, English sentences, just
Hmm.
because when I buy a pattern, I find it easier to follow if it's kind of written in paragraphs rather than like all the abbreviations. I find that a bit
Yeah.
overwhelming. Um, so I kind of just I my favorite kind of pattern to write is like a customizable pattern in terms of I don't write specific sizes. It's made to measure, so like literally anyone and everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I prefer that because like I could write a size 12, but two different people that are size 12 could have very different bodies. So I find it can be I just find it an easier way of writing for different sizes. So yeah, usually a pattern takes me maybe like a week to write on and off.
Wow.
Um,
So is that like you just kind of like creating a pattern in your head and writing it up, or are you are you knitting it up as well? And then like does it take you a week to like knit up a pattern and write it at the same time?
so I'll usually knit or crochet it first.
Hmm.
I often don't like make something with the intention of like, oh, I'm going to write a pattern for this,
Yeah.
but like, I might make something and be like, oh, I could actually quite easily translate this into a pattern. So usually I'll make like one or two different sizes of something,
Hmm.
work out if it is something that can be like sized up or down, and then sit down and write a pattern. But
That's really
I mean,
cool.
yeah, it's very inconsistent. I definitely don't have like a formula of how I write my patterns. It kind of changes with each one.
Yeah, I guess I mean that might just be your writing style, but I guess yeah, I think it's really important nowadays. I think there's a lot more like designers and stuff that are trying to make everything a bit more size inclusive, which is one of the reasons of why I struggle kind of getting my head around trying to write a pattern because
Yeah.
I mean I don't really know what I'm doing for starters, and then trying to like do the maths, I don't know. I think it like just blows my brain a bit too much. So
It's hard. I mean, you knit, right?
I do, yeah,
I do
yeah,
find knitting pattern. I mean, I've only written one knitting pattern, the rest are crochet because I find knitting. I mean, there's obviously maths involved with crochet as well, but I find with knitting it's so mathematical and it can be really hard to like, yeah, grade it up or down for different sizes. So